Good evening, Vande Mataram. Welcome all of you. So this evening we are going to discuss a beautiful topic that is on the progression of psychic being from life to life. The psychic being that we know. So the topic we are going to discuss the psychic being and the progression from life to life. Already we know soul is the psychic. With respect to development, soul becomes the psychic. So this progression from life to life, this soul has come back into the birth. The intention is twofold intention. Number one is to gain experience. Second thing, knowing number two, that is to progress and develop. So that is the scenario, that is the object of the soul's birth and of course rebirth. So this experience will never end even if in a single life. So it has to take life after life. So when we consider that a rebirth and the life after life, many things come to our interesting view, that how is the development of psychic with respect to the progression of this psychic being and the psychic being, and how the progression from life to life. So how it is a continuous one, whether it develops or after one birth while there is a retrogression or of course downfall, whether immediately it takes birth from time to time, or finally we may take care of understanding where really there is a breakage or a psychic being just wants to stop or to decide, it decides a formidable gap between births. That is what the topic of discussion for right now. That's what everything we'll discuss from Sri Aurobindo. Initially, we know Sri Aurobindo quotes, psychic being stands behind mind, life, and the body, supporting them. So also the psychic world is not one world in the scale like the mental, vital, and physical worlds, but stands behind all and is the soul's evolving here, retire from time between life and life. There is a very interesting view. See, here in the first line, Sri Aurobindo quotes, stands behind, psychic being stands behind mind, life, and body, support them. Number two, psychic world. Next one, the psychic world, that is not like the mental, vital, and physical world, but the psychic world stands behind all these, and these there, and that souls evolving here retire into the life between the life and from time into life and the life. That's what I have already discussed. It returns to the, after this birth past life, it returns to the psychic world for rest and for the taking new decision about the rebirth. From there it actually gathers the, actually it verifies the experiences that those that are required for the next birth, it keeps with it, and those unnecessary simply it is kept, it is thrown out. If the psychic were one principle in rising in order to body, life, and body as per with the others, so there would be actually we know in the same footing as others, it could not soul in all the rest, but the divine element making the evolution of the others possible. So with this psychic world, when the soul is actually taking a rest, then itself it is thinking of the possibility of others evolution and using them as the instrument of growth through cosmic experience towards the divine. In that atmosphere, in that scenario, it is not putting, it is not kept behind the veil, but actually veil of the mind, life, and body, but it is keep taking mind and life and the body as the instrument, and this instrument and this process of instrumentation and the mastery, it continues till the journey, till the cosmic experience towards the divine. So also the psychic world can't be among other worlds to which evolutionary beings go for supraphysical experience. Beautiful thing. The psychic world can't be one. Being can't psychic world can't be one like other world to which the evolutionary being goes for supraphysical experience. But actually, what is the purpose of going to this psychic world? It is the plane where it retires itself in for the rest. That's what just we were beginning to introduce and of course discuss. It is not going to the psychic world to gain some supraphysical or experience. Rather, it is going to take a rest there and for the spiritual assimilation of what is experienced. That's what we have already discussed. And for the spiritual assimilation, that what it has experienced, and for a reshaping into new fundamental consciousness and the psychic nature. That is what the purpose of the psychic world, and of course the object of psychic retiring after death into the psychic world. So again, Sri Aurobindo quotes very nicely, very interestingly, and the most common factors Sri Aurobindo quotes: for the few who go out of the ignorance and enter into the nirvana. That is another world, in Buddhism, nirvana played a very important role. But for us, like this nirvana, it is not that much as the Buddhas in their time period up to now they are feeling about, because our journey is too long. We have to go like we are traveling through a train. Some small railway station, small stoppages are coming. So like this nirvana will come on the way, but actually our journey is too fragrant. We have to go a long way, and the nirvana is only, it is a stoppage in between. So here, for who goes out of the ignorance and enter into the nirvana, that's what Sri Aurobindo is quoting. There is no question of going and straight up into the higher worlds of manifestation. Nirvana, as we know, the things are acquainted with, attached with negation. So the Sri Aurobindo quotes, Nibbana or moksha is a liberated condition of the being. Nirvana or moksha is a liberated condition of being, not a world. It is the withdrawal from the worlds and, of course, from the manifestation. The analogy of Pitriyana and Devayana are also hardly mentioned in this connection. So Sri Aurobindo quotes, this is the nirvana, people go into it. That is the nirvana as moksha. It is actually a liberated condition of the being, not of the world. Again, Sri Aurobindo goes for the point number 3, the next phase. The condition of the souls that retire into the psychic world. The conditions of the soul that retires into the psychic world is entirely static, because it has to do nothing. It is to simply go for the process of assimilation. Each withdraws into himself and not interacting with others. Withdraws into itself, into the psychic world, which is static and not interacting with others. When they come out of the trance, already we have known, when they came out of their trance, then what happens? They are ready to go down into the new life. So this psychic world, the soul goes for the rest, and for this is the point of assimilation. When it is a point of trance. When it wakes up and comes out from the trance stage, then the soul is trance. They are ready to go down into the new life, but meanwhile they don't act upon the earth life. That is what they don't act upon the earth life, but they prepare itself to go into the new life. There are other beings. That's what Sri Aurobindo wants to clarify. Guardians of the psychic world, there are some beings, other beings, which are otherwise known as the guardians of the psychic world, but they are concerned only with the psychic world itself. They are guardians of the psychic world. They are almost and only concerned with their psychic world, and a return to the of the souls for reincarnation, not with the earth. They come for the reincarnation, but actually this from this psychic world, soul comes for the new birth. That is a static period, and that is the next birth. Against here in the course, a being of the psychic world can be fused into the soul of the human being on earth. That is quite different. These two are completely different. Being of the psychic world can be fused into the soul of the human world on earth. What happens sometimes during the course? A very advanced psychic being, just to imagine the phrase advanced psychic being, which is highly developed and grows in a very very interesting manner, sometimes send down the emanations which resides in the human being, sends down emanations which resides in the human being, and prepares it until it is ready for the psychic being itself to enter into the new life. For that preparation, the beings are sent down. Psychic beings, sometimes they are sent down. This happens when some special work to be done. That is the purpose you must remember, and we must be for some special work to be done. And the human vehicle is prepared for this preparatory period, for this preparation of the new beings, human vehicle. So they have been sent for the as the emanations. Such a descent produces a remarkable change of a sudden character in the personality and the nature, because these are not ordinary. For this preparation of the some special characters, they have been come and they are in the process of course preparation, and this is creates a character of a sudden character in the personality and the nature. Then we'll go for the number 5, point number 5. The soul follows continuously the same line of sex. There is a big question whether this life we are somebody is a lady. So next birth there is a possibility of being her being a gent. So change of sex is here in the course, no, not at all possible. Then actually it follows continuously the same line of sex. It they are shifting of the, and if there were shifting of the sex, it is also the rule of the matter of parts of the personality which are not the central. But some bright example is there, like Srikhandi. The example of Srikhandi, in the previous birth before taking penance tapasya, she was Amba. So with the grace of the Lord Mahadeva, who is known as the Lord of Transformation, anyway, with his blessings, Shiva's blessings, Mahadeva's blessings, she got converted into Srikhandi in the next birth, who was instrumental in the defeat and death of course, Bhishma. Again, finally, Sri Aurobindo quotes beautifully: as regards the stage at which the soul returning for the birth, soul returning for the new birth enters into the new body, no rule can be laid down. No particular rule can be laid down, for the circumstances vary with the individual. With the nature, character, circumstance, everything it varies. It varies from person to person. It varies from character to character, individual to individual. Some psychic being gets in relation with the birth environment. When, that is a beautiful question, when really this psychic enters into the fetus or infant as his soul. So some psychic beings enter in relation with the birth environment and the parents from the time of inception, and determines the preparation of the personality and the future of the embryo at the time of actually conception, in inception, in the birth environment. In relation, some psychic being get into relation with the birth environment and parents from time of inception, and determine and the preparation the personality and the future of the embryo. It is the one case. And others join at the time of delivery. That is also possible. One at the time of inception, prepare the future, and of course the preparation personality. And the second, some are there, these they join at the time of delivery. Others even later part of his life, later in his life, and in case that it is some emanations of the psychic being which upholds the life. That is what it also happens. Even psychic being enters later and part of the being, before actually some personality, they are actually in some emanations of the psychic being which upholds it. So these way, in this method, which actually psychic enters the fetus or embryo. It should be noted that conditions of the future birth are determined fundamentally not during the stay of in the psychic world. Nothing. Suppose we feel that is in the psychic world, it is there, psychic being. So from there, decision will come. Here in the courts, no. But at the time of death, things are decided at the time of death. The psychic being then chooses what it should work out in the next terrestrial evolution. Only next terrestrial appearance and the evolution and the birth, it is taken at the time of death by the psychic being, and the conditions arrange themselves accordingly. So these are the condition, it must be taken care of. And the Sri Aurobindo finally tries to speak of life. Here is an evolution. Very interesting, very top lines Sri Aurobindo quotes. Life here is an evolution, and the soul grows by experience. Soul grows only by experience. Number two, working out by it this or that in the nature, and there is suffering. And if there is suffering, it is for the purpose of the working out, not as the judgment of inflicted on the diva god or the cosmic law or on the errors and or the stumblings which is inevitable in the ignorance. But the suffering is coming if during the course, if there is suffering, it is for the purpose of the working of that working out. For that, this karmavad and all, it plays a prominent role. So this is the scenario we have discussed. Line of sex, soul coming out and taking from the coming out of the veil and leading the mind in life and body as the instrument. Finally we go for the from the nirvana stage of nirvana. Later we went to know that this is the in the world, the soul in the world, a psychic world is entirely static. Finally, we went to see that line of sex normally changes not, but second is the example. Then psychic world actually sometimes for the special preparation, some emanations from the psychic world, psychic being, it comes and prepares the special being, and of course, no the entry of the psychic being into the embryo or fetus, that was the considerable point for now. Anyway, it is a great topic. We must take care of this in a very fundamental way, in a very lineful way. Thank you. Vande Mataram.